Hello, comrades, and welcome to episode number 234 of the Terminus podcast for the weeks of June 22nd, 2024. I'm your host, Ellis, otherwise known as the Admiral. We're doing a bit of a speedrun podcast. Not what I want to do after a month off, but, alas, with me I have... What?
Well, we had a half episode.
That doesn't count. We didn't get any news out of the way.
No.
We have this giant backlog of news that took me forever to get into the document. Anyway, I'm here with Jonathan Van Aken, Dean Massara, Nicholas Christensen, and this still says Gavin likes trains. Hold on. Fort Master.
Hola.
There we go.
Journey.
Yes.
Hi.
This is your first time on the podcast, which is blowing my mind. So anyway, welcome to the show. I want to start doing a thing where I talk about, where I preview the discussion topics, but I don't feel like figuring that out right now. I'll do it next 2 weeks. Also, I forgot to make a cargo stock, so I'll go do that in a second too. The train will terminate at this station.
We're in Santa Fe Junction, Kansas City, Missouri.
But
Kansas City, baby.
It's not in Kansas, but it's called Kansas City.
Movement, birds.
Birds?
It's a video. It's not a still picture.
Oh God, the birds!
I mean, it looks like a still picture, but there are birds.
The birds are flying in front of the painted backdrop. Anyway. We need to talk about some class managerial responsibility stuff. I'll try to get through this as quickly as I can, but boy, there are a lot of wrecks in the last month, including the one, the only. We'll get to it. CSX had 2 trains derail in 2 days, so that's not ideal. On the 2nd, they derailed a grain train in Ohio, and on the 3rd, they hit a truck in Prospect. I don't know where that is.
I will say
Well,
CSX.
the prospects aren't good there.
But this past cycle, CSX is going back to old habits.
Yeah, exactly. And NS is completely unscathed. But no, Canadian National had a derailment near Hinton, Alberta. Also on the 2nd. Then on the 6th, BNSF train moving molten sulfur derailed in Washington State. Excellent job, guys.
Which, just as a side note, I would have never thought you would be able to move something molten over long distances.
Yeah,
very good insulation.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, how hot is molten sulfur in these cars? Somebody figure that out. So yeah, molten sulfur wreck.
It's 450 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, that's not that outrageously hot. Still, I mean, you wouldn't want to go for a swim in it, but also around that day, CPKC killed someone with their steam locomotive. Unfortunately. I think that was about on the 6th, maybe on the 7th. I remember it. Yeah, it was like right at the beginning of the Horseman trip, but right before. So yeah, so that's a downer. Union Pacific caught a train on fire. It's actually I don't know what's going on here. It's just an intermodal car that's just sitting in a yard on fire.
Average day on UP.
Yeah, exactly. Then CSX on the 19th hit a truck. BNSF on the 21st sunk a train. Yeah.
Right.
And also Union Pacific on the 17th wrecked a train with nitric acid, which that's pleasant also. Anything with the word acid in it just makes me go, ugh.
Oxide.
Canadian National was the holder of the mantle. Now it goes to Norfolk Southern.
Yeah.
They haven't wrecked since March.
They're really cooking that choo-choo-you.
So does that mean we have Harambe too?
Harambe 2?
Yeah,
What?
because CSX has become a horrible disaster, and NS has become pretty decent again.
I mean,
Well, at least for this
it
cycle.
comes in waves. It's it's the grade cycle. In the good there is
Yeah.
bad, in the bad there is good.
Yeah, I mean, what was it like? Literally, like earlier this week, I came on Twitter. I came across specifically an ad for Norfolk Southern talking about their safety record.
Why are they advertising to normal people? Are you shipping stuff?
I don't know. Yeah, that was one of the most random things. Like, I've never seen like a railroad ad on like anything before. That's so weird.
Norfolk Southern, what's your? The only railroad ads I've seen are for Amtrak, which they've always been good.
That makes sense.
So best rec, I'm not voting for CPKC's rec. I'm not voting for that one. What is our best rec?
It's not really a wreck.
I have a hot take.
What's your hot
Best
take?
wreck was on Steamtown and Scranton.
No. Driving against a switch or something.
5 people in the caboose, they still went against a switch.
Nailed it. Beautiful. Good job. No, I think. I mean, the only one that's really flashy is the CN derailment. They really bunched up a bunch of cars, and it's like in the middle of this video.
Yeah.
So I think I have to vote for that because if the molten sulfur had actually like leaked, then I might vote for it. But like it was a very sedate derailment on BNSF. So I think it has to be the Canadian National, and it's the only one that's exciting. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's funny that the UP one caught fire.
Just the random container on fire.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with UP just about how random it is. It's almost like the car just decided to spontaneously combust. Like there was no accident; it was entirely intentional.
There's somebody in there, and they're just like having a campfire.
They forgot to install the chimney for their wood stove.
Oops.
But no, I'm for the container on fire. It reminds me of what the Rio Grande did to the Silver Vista.
No.
Oh no, the car became extremely popular on the train. Burn it now.
Did you know that the dining car on the Prospector is losing a lot of money?
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Yeah, no, the narrow gauge is the blame for it. Obviously.
So wait, is that 2 votes for one and 2 votes for the other? How do we stand? Who didn't vote?
I didn't.
Actual wreck or container on fire?
Let's do container on fire because
congratulations and condolences to Union Pacific, the quote unquote winner of the award of best wreck this week. Until next time, good luck to everyone else.
Well, yeah, like. Just how do you manage that? It sits and it combusts.
Consider setting some more things on fire, and you might win.
Somebody with a very big magnifying glass.
Yeah. Well, it was at night.
The moon reflects the light from the sun.
The death ray clearly isn't working. I'm standing right in it, and I'm not dead yet. Anyway, we have a couple of updates. I have a couple of updates from the T1 Trust. They're doing some little things and a big thing. Of course, they're working on the frame. They're also getting injectors, air compressors, dynamos.
Nice.
Yeah, they're getting brand new injectors. I wonder where the hell they're getting those from.
I mean, I keep meaning to donate. I probably should just make a note to remind myself.
I should donate again. I donated once a long time ago, but you know.
But I mean,
I did like
with the
$30. Really?
Oh no! I was just going to talk about like where they're getting the injectors from, like because like, granted, like it's been a while since I've seen the internal geometries, but you think with like modern technology, like a modern CNC machine, hopefully wouldn't have that much trouble.
It would.
Yeah, I don't know.
However, Kentucky Steam got that whole like warehouse full of stuff.
Oh, did they?
That was practically new.
Oh, okay.
Oh, guys.
So I would assume that because they have connections, probably.
Okay, yeah. So new old stock then.
I mean, I know. I think they are getting brand new injectors.
Okay.
I think.
That
Oh, it's a high rail.
Oh, there's a car.
high
There's a
rail.
work car. Yeah.
It sounded like a locomotive to me for a second.
Almost, yeah.
Where is it?
It's,
High
it's
rail.
Oh, I see it way in the distance, way over there. Okay, yeah.
I think the Bristol look. I think there's a train to the right of us.
So we knew that we cannot afford or find ready units and rebuild some hooks that have been laying around. Originally built by Westinghouse Air Brake Company, we located one at the Steam Rarity Institute in Owasso and another at Western Maryland Scenic. So they're getting air pumps from those two places, and rebuilding them. And that's what they're currently taking donations for, the reconstruction of a pair of cross-compound air compressors.
Very nice.
They also are, there's a video here about them welding. I think they're welding the frame. Anyway, I am always looking forward to more news out of the T1 Trust, Duck for Dinner, etc., etc. I feel like what we need is the shaking hands meme of Tennessee fans and New York Central fans and just hating the British.
yeah,
Anyway,
real.
I don't have too much else aside from going on the friggin' the Horseman trip and going and seeing all the trains and doing all sorts of things with a bunch of people, some of whom are in this very Discord call.
Correct.
But we talked about that last quote-unquote episode, so I would check that out if you're curious about that. The only thing we missed, the only thing that we hadn't done by then was the Grand Canyon Railway, and that was a really fun time. That was, as some would say, that was peak.
That was peak train riding.
Dean, you should have taken up Graham on the upgrade because the lounge was just fantastic. The parlor lounge at the back was just. We got so many free snacks.
Oh,
yeah.
Nah, I got support with the camera girl. I'm good.
Okay, bonk.
Oh.
Okay, so Dean had an
No,
ulterior motive.
Okay.
No, he didn't.
Uh-huh.
I was too tired.
I know how you sleep on trains, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say the way back I was like Dean is probably passed out.
Yeah.
I died.
Anyway, so yeah, that's all that. Banner, you have a link. Have you done anything? Have you left your home?
I went to the store today and got milk.
Wow, and you came back?
Yes.
Damn, you're better than my dad.
Your
I had to
children
stop
will
3
love you.
times. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Okay.
And so
No, I haven't been out, but doesn't mean other people haven't been doing things. Well, they have a life and I don't. Most notably, the Mount Rainier Scenic is getting money to do stuff.
Yay!
They have gotten a grant to restore number 5, which is their 282, the bigger one.
Ooh.
Big boss porter.
They will be doing that over the next few years, I suspect.
Yep.
Getting tubes done, getting everything else done, so they don't have a locomotive that was destroyed before they got there, or before they had to fix everything.
Hmm.
If you want to donate, they only ask is 5 for 5.
5 what?
Souls.
Smackaroons.
I sold for $5.
The souls of your
$5 for 5 souls? Damn, that's a great deal.
$5 for 5 feet
I
long.
take that.
It's a subway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the other thing, they also had a grant, a $50,000 grant from the Port of Tacoma for
Nice.
track restoration between Elbe, and New Reliance. Also, there is a train on the camera. At least it's approaching. It's very loud.
I think
Yeah,
it's literally just off to the right or
It
something.
just gave me an ad instead. Everyone's watching a U-Haul ad. I'm giving revenue to somebody else with an ad on my
U-Haul,
video.
U-Haul. That's why you have an ad blocker.
Nah.
It's doing something. Yeah, but they're
Bender,
gonna.
do you know who you're talking to? Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
I
so-
just like deal with it. Back in my
So-
day, we had cable TV. Okay.
I did too. I need a
Yeah,
VHS.
so I still have cable TV.
Yeah, I do too.
Train
But
way
that
off the
it
left.
just don't deny me the ability to say back in my day and actually mean it.
Back in my
It's
day,
Light
we had
Howard
uTorrent.
too. Oh my god.
This $50,000 to go to restoring
Yeah.
5.5 miles of track, and will be
That's
like,
actually reasonable for 5.5 miles of track.
yeah, it's great. So we'll have longer train rides, more special events. They'll have a new parlor car on the train too
Nice.
next year.
Love me a parlor
so-
car.
Maybe in a
That's
few years, you can expect to see that new piece of track underneath number 5. Very exciting.
Well, I
Yeah.
hope there's lots of pieces of track underneath number 5.
Yeah, except for the track isn't when there's big holes in it. Because somebody was
Yeah.
somebody from a Wendy's is very tired and wanted to blow up the track and stop the crossing from going.
Well, you
What?
know where else there's a big hole in the ground
Damn,
right now?
Sean B's getting out there.
Well, there's a big hole in the side of a cliff.
No, there's a big hole that will be the foundation for the Garibaldi Depot on the Oregon Coast Scenic Railroad.
Garibaldi's.
Garibaldi's nuts.
Shut up.
So they're working on making the foundation for their depot and telegraph office, which the depot, or part of it, is going to be the one that they have there right now. And then they're new building a couple of things onto it.
That's sick.
Good on the Oregon Coast Scenic.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed the transition from Mount Rainier to Oregon Coast Scenic, and I was just like, Yeah,
Bender
yeah,
was
good,
like
yeah.
hole in the ground, and I'm like hole in the ground.
that was so
Yeah.
smooth I didn't even notice it.
Road just
Anyway.
blanked out.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah, no, good job. So, is that it for everything that everyone has done? Well, Dean, you went somewhere today, right?
Yeah, I was out in the Carville, about half an hour away from me, and just just got lunch, looked around 1351, and went home, and it was hot as balls.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, and I don't really have working ears, so I was suffering on the way home.
Oh, you don't have working AC either. Damn.
Well, I mean, the
This is why I want
the
Tony
AC
to answer
works,
my
the
damn phone
vents
calls.
don't,
Oh,
because
That's even
because
worse.
20 hates your cars. Yeah, so I gotta use a defroster to blow air at me. It like blows air at the windshield and then back. It's very indirect. It's very convenient. But yeah,
at least it doesn't blow a bunch of foam at you.
thank God.
True.
Anyway, if that's everything, I guess it's time.
That means it's time for.
Who's gonna do it?
Hold up.
There you go. That's
Wow,
classic.
I didn't know what I was expecting.
Oh my
You know
god.
what-
Oh
This is
my
always
god,
what
that
to
was so
expect in
good.
this show.
And by good, I mean absolutely awful, because that's what makes it good.
Yes.
Loud
oh,
equal
for
funny.
God's sake.
Well,
Okay.
now that I can actually cup my microphone up,
I've never tried to do it because I don't know what mine sounds like, and I'm not going to mess with it. All right.
You might kill yours.
Well, yeah, it is. It's been on its last legs for the last 20 years. So, no, it's time for Locomotive Versus. We have a U2G, isn't that right, Fort?
Yes.
Which is those are. Oh, that's the one from trains, isn't it? We have a trading card of
Yes.
that, don't we?
yes.
Yes.
Buy trading cards, by the way. TheIronHorseman.com. Visit our website. Link to the description. And on the other hand, we have the Delaware and Hudson K22, a locomotive that I know even less about. but I like it more because Delaware and Hudson. Can I have photos of these locomotives, please? Also, Fort, I take it you're going to represent the Canadian,
Of course.
and
British Fort Will.
is
I'll be the
Well,
DNX.
oh yeah,
Which
Milky.
one? They're both Canadian.
Okay,
let me
there's
see if I.
photo.
It has to be an actual photo, right? Yeah. Here we
Yes.
go.
Just get the trade. Let me get the trading card.
Yeah. See, we all worked this out. Anyway.
I mean, I was just, I mean, I found the picture. I think it's actually a very close picture to the one on the trading card.
Yeah, please
here.
send it. I don't actually have a good way because the trading card photos are actually all quite small.
This one is very big.
Yeah, because the
Nice.
photos that we use on the cards are like 700 by 1,000 pixels. They're very small. Anyway,
Oh, wait, is there an engine coming by?
Sounds like
is
it.
there a train?
Got the bell
Is there
on.
an actual train?
Yep.
Yeah, it's on the bridge. It's UV.
It's on the bridge.
Why do I not
Don't
see
fall
it?
over.
Oh, there it is.
Got 2
Is it-
units.
Why is my stream so far behind everyone else's? It says it's
Yeah, I
live.
know,
Good
right?
because of the ad.
Yeah.
Probably.
So true. So true, Fort.
Just
Keep
click
spitting
live
facts.
again. Get yourself up to date.
I can't click live. It says I am live. I can't click on it.
Oh,
Just
okay.
refresh.
Somebody tell me when it goes to the next minute up at the top.
It just passed 1623.
Yeah, it
Okay,
just
yeah,
has.
okay. So, we're still pretty close.
Yeah.
Maybe it's hanging off the side of the screen a little bit. What is on this train? Rails?
It looks like
a lot
rails
of
and
flatbed or something. Yeah.
It's definitely.
Looks like
building
I
materials.
beams.
Okay. Anyway,
what kind of
locomotive
beam it
versus
is.
time.
Could be
Yeah.
beams.
Let's not get super distracted. Shoot, I don't know who to go. I don't know who to send up first.
Fort.
Yeah, you think so?
I mean, okay, sure.
I mean, I have no objections. Okay, Fort, what's your first stack goal?
So I think I'm gonna go with. Just make sure I'm actually looking at the right column because there's a lot of engines on this page.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just get out the.
Yeah.
Do you have one of these as a trading card?
I do, but I don't know where my trading cards are at the moment.
Bruh.
Yeah. Well, sorry. Okay, wait. No. Yeah. I'm on the right column. Okay. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna go with number built.
Number built.
15.
65.
Holy
Nice.
crap.
Figured. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. All right. Anyway, Fort.
Well, I mean, I guess in that number in class,
15.
65.
Wow. No way.
Trying to think. I'm trying to remember how this went when I brought this into an actual royale. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with driver wheelbase.
Okay. Driver wheelbase. 19.75.
Oh my god, 19.5.
Oh my word.
That was a
Okay.
lot. Okay.
Okay. Carry on.
Okay, so I guess by that same logic, engine wheelbase.
47.08.
43.83.
Okay. Yeah.
Just doing some. Okay. I just work my way down the list. Ratio of driver wheelbase to overall engine wheelbase.
0.42.
0.44.
Okay. 5 points to Zilch.
Yeah. Okay, don't have that one. Overall overall wheelbase.
91.58.
Oh, good. Yeah, 82.4.
Wow.
Yep.
All right. 6-0.
Okay. Weight on drivers.
270,000.
246,100.
Okay. 7-0. Off to a very strong start.
Yeah. Again, it's all memory at this point. Engine weight.
470,000.
400,300.
Okay.
This doesn't look like I can.
8-0.
Yeah,
I just see one.
tender loaded weight.
298,000.
Wow.
Oh, okay, that's a little closer than I thought. 278,000.
That's closer than I would have expected, especially because the D&H tender just looks like a brick.
Yeah, it does.
Are you sure it's not?
Well, this is the D&H.
Okay. Yeah. Minimum weight of rail.
113.
Oh, God.
103.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
I'm remembering. I'm going up against an American Northern, so I
Yep.
have certain. I have wiggle room.
Yeah, but
Now
it's the D&H.
Yeah. Now I'm getting into danger territory because
Danger zone.
yeah. Let's see. Driver diameter.
Driver diameter 75.
Drat 73.
Okay. The point goes to the D&H K62. Milky, you got your first
Yay.
point. It's 1-10.
Year built.
1943.
Damn it. 1943.
Whoa! Okay, it's back to the U2G on a tie.
Okay.
Last thing I expected.
Yeah. Trying to think. How does?
I
oh God.
I knew the CN boy was new, but I was also new.
I mean, you do look like a brick.
Wow.
I do be
Wow.
awfully brick shaped.
No, okay. So, I'm going out on a ledge here because I really, actually, here's the boiler pressure.
285.
Drat 250.
Okay, yeah, always expect the D&H to have a lot of boiler pressure.
Yeah.
All right, Milky, it's 2-10.
The D&H likes to try and blow their locomotives up.
Yes,
Local
that's why.
base ID.
Loco base ID. That would be 241.
256.
256. 241, 256. Very close. Canadian
I win that
National takes
again.
it. Yeah, it's 11-2.
Jeez. Okay.
It's the only stat that you cannot tie on.
That'd be very weird.
Yeah.
How about we're gonna go with tubes.
Tubes.
Tubes. Yeah, 199. 2.25.
Wait, you said 199?
Tubes?
Yeah, tubes.
Yeah, you goddamn right.
Okay, 33 2 1/4.
Okay, Milky wins that in a landslide. Okay, Milky, it's 3-11.
3-11.
Second shift.
3-11.
Oh no,
High
Boko.
pressure cylinders.
High pressure cylinders, where are they? There they are. 25.5 by 30.
24.5 by 32.
Wow. Wait, what were yours again, Fort?
25.5 by 30.
25.5 by 30, and yours were 24.5 by 32, Milky?
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
God damn it.
Get the calculator.
Calculator. Go onto the spreadsheet, get the calculator, click on Local Royale down here.
Oh god, where's the local
It's down here.
Hammer cylinder.
You both have only 2 cylinders, thankfully. It makes life a little bit easier. I don't know who's gonna win this. 5.5 by 30.
My money's on Ford winning it. From what I know.
Wow!
Oh my god!
It's so close, and Fort does
Barely.
win it. Holy crap!
Oh, wow.
Always,
okay.
It isn't always about the stroker.
Okay.
Hey man,
All right, 12 to 3. Fort.
Okay, so you had so many tubes. So I'm gonna go with flues on this one.
Okay. 58, 3.5.
145 by 4.
Ah, the Canadian 4-inch tubes strike again. I knew that one. I knew that one. 4 points for Milky.
Woo. Tractive effort.
Tractive efforts. That'd be 56,786.
62,042.
Yeah,
Oh,
not a
that's what that
surprise.
stands for.
Factor of adhesion.
Factor of adhesion. That would be a 4.33.
4.35.
Damn it.
Damn.
All right, it's 13-5. Fort.
Okay. No, maybe. Okay. Okay. This one, it's the wild card. I don't know what this one was. Builder.
Oh no.
Can I have your Alco?
Oh, no. Does it say
Montreal
which? Oh, Montreal. Does it say which Alco?
Schenectady.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the DNA's castle was like 5 miles from them.
That's
So-
true. Yeah. No, I just have to. Although, yeah, I can see the lineage. Let me just make sure of something, because 1943. Oh yeah, say. So you said Montreal Locomotive Works?
Yep.
That is part of Alco. In the listing, it goes. Oh, so close. Okay, yeah. So Schenectady is just like a half a tick above, a fraction of a tick.
Drat. Okay.
All right, 6-13. You got one more point until style points, Milky, but you are down. So
I am down. I am fallen.
fall.
Through tube length.
Oh,
Flue tube length. That would
Yep.
be 21 and a half.
20.
damn.
Yes.
All right, it's 14-6. Balls in Fort's court.
Okay. Again, can I just get a look at this thing? It's.
I mean, you can look at it.
No, I am looking at it, and now that I'm actually looking at it, I can kind of actually picture where all those tubes and flues are.
Yeah, they're in there.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know how.
Just love the goofy happy marker lights that look like alien antennae.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna go with. I guess tender fuel capacity.
Okay.
Okay. That. 25.
Yeah, of course. What was I thinking? 18.
All right. Milky gets that one. We are, like I said, over 20 now, so the contestant can go to style points whenever they wish.
Oh, that's how that worked. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Tender water.
Yeah. 13,920.
20,000. Firebox area.
Oh boy. Here we go.
That would be 414.
482.
Okay. Still
Great
not as
area.
big as 3 aces. Great area.
Didn't three aces didn't have a water tube firebox. No.
No.
Gray area, that'd be 84.3.
96.20.
Holy crap.
Evaporating surface.
4,080.
4477.
I should have gone to style points.
Superheating surface.
1,835. No, 1835. Never mind. I got mixed up what I actually said.
All good. 1473.
Oh crap!
Wait,
You had
really?
Yeah, you have more flues than him.
Well, there you go. It's 15 to 11. Back to fort.
Okay, so I guess at this point I'm going to go to style points.
Okay.
Okay.
We got to run through Judge's Choice first. I am going to ask for Power L1 from the both of you, please.
Power L1. That would be 38,883.
Mine is 41,101.
Oh, okay. To my other co-hosts, Bender and Dean, what do you want to hear?
Hello. What I want to hear is Gage. No, I'm just kidding.
Gage.
Standard.
The real hard-hitting question.
Wait, how does the ranking work on that?
Smaller is better.
Yeah.
I think combined heating surface.
Combined heating surface. That would be 5,915.
Okay.
Evaporative heating surface?
No,
Combined.
Combined.
Okay. 5950.
Wait, hold on. What was yours again for it?
5,915.
Okay, and his is 5950?
Yes,
Yep.
he has the
Oh,
5
God. Okay. Alright, it's 13 to 15. Who has it? Dean?
Yep. Sorry. So we did your bill. Did we do valve gear or no?
No.
Well,
we did
Gear.
not.
No.
Do it.
Okay, wall shirts.
Well,
Dean, you chum. Well,
maybe it's like
congrats,
15 to
you tied
13.
yourself.
They're both wall shirts. Wow.
you cannot tell Southern
Wow.
from any other kind of valve gear, I guess.
Okay. Anyway, no, it's Husinger. Same
Oh,
same as wall shirts. Anyway, okay. So it's 15 to 13. I will give Milky the initiative first with style points to attempt to catch up to Fort.
Okay. Elephant ears.
You both have
I mean,
that.
I have those
You
too.
both have that.
Same.
The torpedo or the turbo button.
Yes, your inset headlight does get you a point. 14 to 15. Let me look at these two locomotives.
Milky doesn't have a Vanderbilt.
That's true. Milky does not have a Vanderbilt, but I don't, I don't let my personal hatred of the Vanderbilt tender get in the way of that. Let's see. I'm thinking about. Nothing jumps out at me for the K62.
Pulling pockets.
You both have polling pockets.
Balls.
Paint because Milky's cap has lining.
They both have lining. from
Yeah, I
what
mean,
can
mine
tell.
has
we all
lining at
have
the
it.
bottom.
I mean, on
You both-
balance, yeah, Milky has slightly more paint
Yeah, it
work.
looks like. I mean, he has like the number plates.
It's
are
a
red and
really, yeah. I mean, there's definitely okay. I mean, I'm gonna give it to Milky, but mostly on the basis that there are tons of other things where the Canadian National Engine can catch up.
What's that
I know
protrusion?
Milky has
Behind
roller
the-
bearings and all on the driving axles.
Yes.
I
Yep,
would hope
all
both these
roller
locomotives
bearings.
are
Yeah.
all roller bearings or just roller bearings on the driving axles.
Just roller bearings on the drivers, from what I know.
Yeah,
The
No.
rest of them should be friction.
these look like friction bearings
Well,
to me.
Yeah,
It
those are
definitely
journal
says
bearings.
it in the blurb.
What does the U2G have for bearings?
I'm looking.
Yeah.
I don't see anything specifically about it having roller bearings or anything.
Okay,
They're journal.
I will tentatively give it to Milky then. If that could be proven wrong, I will take it away.
What's that like protrusion behind Milky's stack?
It's just happy to see us.
I'm pretty sure that's the whistle.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because look, it's coming. It's just the whistle instead of being pointed backwards like some
No.
did. It's being pointed forwards.
No, what Milky does have is a flared stack.
Well, he does have a flared stack. Yeah, I don't think. Does the U2G have it? I can't see it.
Let me see if I can find a side-on picture. I think
It
it does
might.
have a little bit.
It looks like it.
I'm gonna. It
it's
kind of has
not-
one. It's a lip.
I want to see
Yeah,
it.
it's okay. So here's a picture. It's a smaller picture though. So give me a
I'm
second
on my
to
desk.
get
I
it.
want to see pictures.
Pictures of Spooderman.
Ooh,
Oh, there's
no,
one of the. thing
y'all seem to
above.
have.
That's the
Here's
DNH
another
one.
one.
Yeah, it's definitely a flared stack on the DNH.
That's
I mean,
just
there's a lip.
That's very, very close. But yeah, once again, I think it should be like a 1/10 of a point, but I'm not doing that, so it's gonna be a point.
Decimals.
So
Y'all
Seven-
both seem to have booster engines.
17 to 15. I don't.
No,
know
about
the
that.
doesn't have a
Do
booster.
either
I
of
don't
these
think.
actually have booster?
Dean, what
Because
trucks?
the U2G does not, and I
No,
don't.
do
yeah,
not.
Neither of them have
UTV
boosters
definitely
in the
does not
stat
have a
page.
booster.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I'm
yeah,
looking at the trailing trucks, and like
Yeah,
the
but that-
rear axle
No.
is like
That doesn't
bigger.
mean anything because they're just
No.
trailing trucks. They would say it would be in the stat page usually.
That's just a trailing truck design.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
well,
it's
and-
not
and-
unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Exactly.
Like, none of the engines, like none of the other like Northerns on this page have boosters as well.
The Canadians just didn't like them.
Yeah,
It looks like
exactly.
there's
Oh,
enough
there-
machinery back there that it could have. Like, if you told me that it had one, I would believe you. But, you know, it's just that kind
I
of.
guess-
It's just that kind of truck design.
I would say
That can-
skirting for the DNH guy.
Yep.
I mean, it's skirting,
Mhm.
and
Oh yeah. That's true. That's fair. That is some skirting.
Yeah.
it looks like they have stairs for the front, but I think the CN ones do too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Equivalent
So-
safety.
One thing I don't know if they have feed water heaters because I don't see it. Although it might be like a
I would
little thing like the
imagine it's an
FDF has.
internal one,
could be.
but I don't
Set
know.
I mean,
for
it-
certain. If
it-
someone can figure that out, I'm going to give the initiative to Fort here because Fort's down by 3.
Okay. Okay.
Fort,
The
can I have-
Canadians have an over cab.
They do.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I was also
Yeah.
gonna do the embossed number plate.
I have that too.
I think they're on the sides, but don't quote me on that.
No, definitely. The numbers on the sides are embossed. I've seen them being taken off.
Yeah, I'll give you your embossed numbers. That's for sure.
So, and we did the feed water heater. Can I also have the point for still existing?
I think
Yeah,
that's valid.
you will survive.
What is with those marker lights? What were they
A
thinking?
Lamau.
DNH.
What were they smoking?
Yeah, that's weird.
Hey.
They want them to be visible, goddamn it.
Yeah, I guess.
Did you get your photos
By
printed?
putting
Bo's been
Minted?
what? I'm trying to think of other things. Wait, does that one have it? Would the light up number boards count?
I think both of you have them.
Okay, yeah,
No,
never mind.
no. Milky
Are
has
the DNH
one.
ones painted?
yeah.
Oh,
look at
Oh
it
wait, no.
too, so it's not-
That's a pyramid. Never mind. You guys both.
They both have the triangle.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought that was.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the other, like the Canadian Pacific, where it's just
Now-
like a lit number. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you both have
Forts are
Uh,
far more useful because you can actually see them.
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Although in
Yeah,
fairness,
But you
have-
can see my markers.
in fairness to the DNH, it's completely hidden behind the smoke deflectors. You can't effing
Yeah.
see it anyway.
Y'all both have head and throttle, so it's
Both
not.
have
of
head and
course.
throttles.
You both
Uh,
have power reverse. You both have dual compressors. From what
Although
I
I'm
can see.
gonna be honest, the power reverse on the U2G makes me nervous. It's a very
yeah.
long rod, not connected to anything. I think you're gonna try to throw the engine in reverse, and it's just gonna go boing.
Well,
It just bends itself.
it's the fly
Yeah,
lever.
just oh shit.
Like, why would you not make it parallel with the running board? Why is it pointed slightly
true.
up?
Yes.
I don't know. I wasn't in
Bless
the
you.
room.
Thank you.
Can't The Canadians are
It's
interesting.
18-18. Does anyone have a valid style point?
62-13 has a flat top for some reason.
What?
For the
Who
triangle.
has?
The top is flat.
You know
The
what?
smoke box is flat in the top because that's where the triangle goes. It's weird.
Milky-
Like right here. Yes. Okay.
I think Milky has the greater standing capacity. Let's move it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
would
think it's-
err on
yep.
the side of that. Yeah. Let me just take another close look at these two.
Milky definitely has a bigger smoke box. I don't think that really counts, though.
I'm not giving that. Well, that's probably
That's
where the
not- yeah.
epic feed water heater is.
So true. That pretty much looks all the same. They both have footboards.
Yeah.
I
both
think
knuckles, both cow catchers.
no idea if these ones have like tender ladders or anything. You'd be able to tell on 6213, but
Yeah,
these things are long
6213
gone.
has tender ladders.
I would
That's-
hope there's
that's
a
a point
ladder
for
up
you.
the back of this gigantic brick, but
So true.
I,
I
have
don't,
no
I'm not sure if
evidence.
Milky has one.
Well, it is 18 to 19.
Would the model?
Oh shoot! Yeah,
Hold
we
on.
haven't talked about models or trains models.
Oh yeah.
digital
Well,
models.
yeah. So 6213 has both a digital trains model, and there was one. There was like a physical model that was made. It's just very expensive and hard to find now.
Yeah.
There
Mil-
are physical models of the DNH boy.
Milky also has a tender ladder on the model.
Good. Well, that's yeah.
He does have a reverse light too. I mean, both of you have that.
Oh, okay. Well,
That
now
would
it's
only make
19 to
sense.
19. That solved nothing.
Oh God.
So true. So true, Mr. Ellis.
Didn't we
I
have a
wanna get
tie
off the
last
well, bro.
time? Like, we didn't stop doing this.
Did we?
Okay, so wait a second. I don't know. So I mean, I have thermic siphons. Did I say that already?
You didn't say
Milky
Oh,
that. I would
Milky
hope
has a
Milky
huge effing combustion chamber. It's like 7 feet long, which is really dumb.
Also... Okay. Well, that's a point. Also, it's dumb, but it's a point.
It
So
is,
now
yeah.
we're 20 to 20.
Yeah, now it's 20 to 20. Unless they can find proof that the DNH K62s had thermic siphons,
Which
which would be
it has
nice.
like nothing in the blurb. You have to look on the diagrams, really. Methinks. Now, does it count as a digital model if Reading 2102 or one of them possibly masquerade as a DNH Northern?
One of them did.
No, I'm not giving the cosplay point to the engine that cosplayed as one of these.
Huge L.
That's not how that works. Other way around.
Yeah, huh?
Oh, you've got
Oh
arch.
yeah, I can buy a board.
The DNH has arch tubes.
Oh, okay. So
What's an
That's not-
arch tube? Never heard of that.
It's like a
before.
thermic siphon, but different.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's what differentiates the S2s in particular. One has thermic siphons, one has arch tubes. I think something like that. Or one has circulators, and one has thermic siphons, something like that. And it's dumb.
I don't know if Tyler were
Okay.
here.
So you,
All right, well,
are
we
you
have
gonna-
we have a winner now at least, unless somebody else has something else.
I can't think of anything. Sorry.
Now I'm looking at pictures. I can't find anything really.
Oh
It's
wait,
just-
no, I didn't. Do I get the point for being the backup engine to the Royal Train?
You're really
I
making,
would
you're really
argue
making
you
me make
could.
you're making me make
It
this
will
decision when I am
change
halfway
for
through typing the winner.
Also,
Okay, you know what?
Tie.
The
question
It's a
is-
tie. It's a tie. It's a tie. Tie by the points.
it's a K63 now instead of a
21 to 21.
K62.
I don't know why I gave you that point. I don't think being the backup engine means anything. Your first loser. Congratulations.
Okay, yeah.
I'm voting for the DNH.
I like the DNH guy.
Okay.
Dean.
What are you going with, Mr. Dean?
I'll do the DNH.
Hell yeah, the Dean H.
Sing-
Well, fair battle.
The K62 double-headed with a Challenger.
Yeah, you really gave Milky. What the hell's going on with the
I fought.
refrigerator train just stopped on the bridge.
Here you go.
Who is that? Oh, K63.
Yeah, I guess they reclassed them. Maybe they upped something. Might have changed the
Slightly
stroke
changed
or
the boiler
diameter.
pressure or something.
Could have. They could have made it like
Who is,
even
two.
who
higher.
is this dude? H.P. Lovecraft?
It's a guy.
Kind of looks like.
Photographer. This is the photographer, I guess. 18-year-old college student Ed Wittenkind.
Wow, what a
Whitkind.
foamer.
Yeah, right.
He's at the throttle.
What a foamer. All right. Anyway, all right. So that's that. Let's move on to the rest of the podcast. Where we really are tearing it up today. This is good. We're making good time.
Oh yeah, we're
Are
cooking.
we?
Yeah, we
Blasting.
We're
I
cooking.
mean, we started about an hour ago, so yeah.
We are
We're
we are
making
10
progress.
minutes short on this. Like the Locomotive Versus individually ran over, but it started like 15 minutes early. Like we got through local service so fast because all that most of us have been doing is wandering around Colorado,
It's like
and
an
we already
Amtrak
covered
thing,
all
you know?
that.
Get
Yeah,
there 15
yeah.
minutes early and sit at the station for an hour.
Yeah. Anyway, while I was in Colorado, I managed to avoid Boston. Something which, I love Boston, but avoiding the MBTA is, something that
Based.
maybe one should do if they value their continued existence. No, in seriousness,
suicidal.
yeah, no, I mean, just take like a fireproof blanket with you. But really, I mean,
Yeah.
the MBTA is not as bad as the hilariously bad safety record would indicate. I have to stand up for my local commuter service, even though they are definitely the laughingstock of commuter services. Now they've taken that over from SEPTA, which is something that an award that I never wish to earn. But they are working on getting commuter rail to two of the largest non-served cities in New England, that be Fall River and New Bedford.
Wonderful.
They are getting, as I've mentioned before, the coolest named terminal stations in existence. The New Bedford station is called Whale's Tooth, and the Fall River station is called Battleship Cove. So, yeah. Awesome, right? They won't be running it until next year. Still. The opening has been pushed back past the end of the year to spring of 2025, back to May. It's a year and a half after the target date, but the real kicker is that this was not the original plan for the final opening. They still have to build a bunch of track between the end of the Stoughton line and the sort of northern end of this railroad. Currently, the trains are going to come down the Middleborough-Lakeville line, hook a hard right, cut across, like due west, and then hook a hard left onto the line that runs to New Bedford and Fall River. The goal is to have stuff come down the Providence-Stoughton line, go to as far as Stoughton, and then travel over a rebuilt section to Taunton. The ultimate goal is actually to electrify this someday, maybe, we hope.
Mango
Come on,
gobble.
where's the fun in that? Just Polar Express it. Have it run along the roads.
Yeah, just straight over the unused embankments through the swamps.
Yeah.
I'm
The trains float, right?
I'm
Through
commandeering
the
this
swamp,
airboat
around them.
through the swamps. Yeah, that's the MBTA's new motto. Actually, the MBTA's they've selected a new theme song. It's "Through the Fire and the Flames." They won't explain why.
Gee, I wonder why.
But yeah, so they're hoping to get this all set up. The commute is going to take a while. It's a long ride going via the Middleborough-Lakeville line, but hopefully they will be able to build the new track someday. Can you imagine that new railroad being built in the United States? Unbelievable.
Wow.
Jeez,
Impossible.
It's a dream.
Actually, if we are talking about Boston dreams, the plan for connecting Boston's North Station and South Station was shelved so a little while ago due to the outbreak of World War One, and
A little while.
Yeah.
Is that all?
yeah. Now, for those who do not know the sort of layout of Boston, there are two terminals that are about a mile apart. The southernmost was built by the New Haven and the Boston and Albany. The northern terminal was built by the Boston and Lowell, Eastern Railroad or Boston and Maine. No, it was the Boston, Maine, Boston, Lowell, and the Fitchburg. They all became the same railroad. They all became the B&M. They had 3 terminals that were next to one another. They sort of just connected them into one big building and called it good. And then they figured that in order to facilitate like people actually getting around New England, they should maybe connect the 2 stations so that you can take a train through Boston instead of having to get off onto the Orange Line and go to North Station, or walk a mile. Or what they actually did back in those days was if you were on a train from New York or points south and you were going to Portland, Maine or points north, you would hang a left at New Haven, go north, go up to Springfield, hang a right, go through Worcester, and then go around Boston. So these trains that went from Maine to New York did not actually go through Boston. Or Providence, so we felt left out. But we were the original double terminal people. Providence, the first Union Station, was literally 2 terminals back to back, so that you had to get off the train and get on a different train. Yeah, it was an intentional middle finger to all of the train riders because we wanted people to visit our city. So anyway, after that burned down, they built a new one. No, there has been renewed conversation about linking North and South Station. The estimation is that it would take about $8 billion and would provide, by some measures, $31 billion in benefits. Now, the reason this is coming up again is because there is conversation about expanding South Station. South Station is currently at capacity. It's got, I think, 13 tracks. It serves all of the commuter rail and the north end of the Northeast Corridor. And South Station is a stately building. It's a lot smaller than it used to be. About half the tracks have been demolished and replaced with a massive effing post office building immediately to the right. The idea would be to relocate the post office building and build out South Station sort of as it was.
And the USPS just freaking hates terminals.
Oh yeah. The kicker is that would take about half as much money. It would take about $4 billion estimated, and would give about $7 billion in total benefits, according to Transit Matters and Harvard Kennedy School, which may or may not be biased. They probably want this because this is frankly, a north-south rail connection is something that Boston rail advocates have wanted for over 100 years, and it would be incredibly beneficial. It would be a very difficult project, but getting rail connected over a mile is not really the most daunting thing imaginable. Like, they did the big dig, they can do this. I've long said that I would be shocked if this happened in my lifetime, but the fact that there's this much conversation about it, that it's showing up in, well, Trains Mag, of course, but also just sort of circulating in the Boston press, that's really interesting to me. So there's even a congressman who is sort of pushing for this idea again. It would be nice because it would mean that Amtrak trains would not have to terminate at that you could have run-through trains to Maine, or at the very least you could have trains that you don't have to get off and get on the subway to continue your journey, because Amtrak will sell a ticket from like New York to Portland, and it'll say get off at Back Bay, take local transit to North Station, which is daunting for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aside from the threat to life and limb, but
I'm burning alive.
Yeah, it's something that I hope happens. It's something that the fact that it doesn't exist is a really interesting sort of consequence of how old the city of Boston is compared to the rest of the United States and railroading in general. It's very much this is a problem they would have in Britain, right? Like any other city in the United States, they would have plowed down half of the place to
Yeah.
run a 4-track main line through the middle of it. Or more accurately, the main line would have been there first, and then the city would have appeared. But
Yeah.
in this case, due to the legacy of Boston railroading and the age of Boston as a place, this has just never happened. So I look forward to further conversation about this, especially because we are in an era where sort of trains and transit in general are on the upswing.
Which is just beautiful.
It's wonderful. I love it. Honestly, I said this before the show, but I would like to do maybe sometime in the coming couple of weeks a stream where we rank the proposed long distance services, best to worst or worst to best or whatever. I think that'd be a really fun conversation because we have some articles about them. We have some articles about the proposed services, particularly through Salt Lake City and through Columbus or Cincinnati. I'm not going to post them because I want to leave them in here so we might be able to talk about them later. But yeah, we've talked about that map plenty. So, does anyone else have up and coming like good news?
In a sense, yes. So in Ingerland, there are plans to convert an old Class 60 locomotive into a steam turbine.
Fire
We're
up and
bringing-
we'll on the main
What?
line, mango
What?
gobbles.
We're bringing Bullied back, baby.
Hold on, a Class 60. This isn't one of the. Who builds the Class 60s? Or who built the Class 60s?
I think EMD. Oh, this is 66. Sorry.
No, that's good question. I wasn't Salazar, I don't think. Class 60.
Hold on, they're naming it as a nod to
Brush
Evening
fraction.
Star. Interesting.
Yeah. So it's going to be called New Dawn. So basically, it's just a play because Evening Star was like the last steam locomotive built for British Rail. So New Dawn, which is what this is going to be called, is going to be the newest like revenue mainline
Steam locomotive.
steam locomotive for British Rail.
Why don't they just take the Tornado out? Just do the Tornado. Just take it. They have PTC, right?
Gee,
Yeah,
They
wouldn't that be
just
fun?
put the British PTC on Tornado. So just send that on some freight trains instead. It'd be great.
But yeah, the whole thing with this is going to be a carbon like emissionless, like it's going to burn hydrogen to make the steam.
Yeah, it's like look, you can't put in something and get out nothing. There is going to be emission.
Well, if you're
It's
burning
just-
hydrogen, your emissions is water vapor. That's how
Yeah.
chemistry works. That's why they say it's emissionless, because there's no CO2.
And it's by this company called Steamology. Great name.
I can't believe that Britain is just doing the Ace 3000 40 years later.
Yeah, yeah, it is literally just Ace 3000, but a bit smaller. By the Steamology Corporation.
So it's Ace 2500.
Yeah, it's like Ace 1500 because it's about like half the size.
Yeah, what is? I'm looking at the page here, and they specifically say, oh, it's like what was it? He said the technology is very energy dense and could offer a better option than heavy batteries. Which again, battery operated locomotives. That, oh god.
It could be a better option than batteries, but so is like everything else.
Yes.
That isn't a high bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I saw the
But
brush
he does-
fraction. Yeah, so it'll be converted into a 2 megawatt steam locomotive. Yeah,
Two
so
meg-
2 megawatt.
That's the first
megawatt.
time
That's
that's the first time I've heard a locomotive measured in watts.
yeah. Hold on, I need a calculator and a conversion.
Yeah, we need to. How much is this in? Well, I'm not
Power.
putting megawatts on a trading card, okay? Just
So
Uh,
I saw this
So-
earlier. When I saw this earlier, I think they said, like, what was it? Like, it's going to have, like, 8 steam generators in it or something.
So 2 megawatts is going to be 2,600 E2 horsepower.
26. Okay, I mean that's not bad.
It's going to have oomph to it.
That's
Yeah.
respectable. Like it's not great, but it's like one and a
What's
half
the-
F
what- wait,
units.
What's the Class 60's, like, original power to compare it to?
Hold on. Brush traction.
Hold on, class 60 horsepower.
60.
It,
It is
3100.
3,100. So it's actually being downgraded.
I mean, it's being downgraded, but if it is no carbon emissions, that's cool. Like, I hope this
That could
works.
upgrade. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is
at
also a
rail-
prototype, so...
Well,
Well, like at rail is 2415, so it's not as much of a downgrade. Like it's not as severe.
They should double head it with the dick my butt.
dig my butt.
What?
Dig my butt.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is really like I've always sort of thought about the turbines that they tried to make, right? Like the John Henry
Yeah.
and the
gas
big
turbine.
the big banana.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
steam turbines, the ones that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should clarify the steam electric turbines,
Yeah, because there was the big Pensy thing.
yeah, not the turbo motive either. I always wondered if you could rebuild those in a modern context with better metallurgy, better technology, more mature technology, right?
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Because they were coming in an era where, the rares are throwing at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Yeah.
Because, it's like, okay, diesels are really cool and all. Can we do anything else also?
Like, wait, wasn't that the thing? Like, didn't the John Henry actually kind of work? But the thing was, it was like one of the last gasps before, like, everybody switched.
Yeah.
Diesel's going to be the thing.
I think so. Yeah, that sounds right.
Well,
Yeah, I recall the John Henry being a good working machine.
yeah, I mean, between the John Henry and the C&O turbines, they did work. They were just humongous maintenance headaches.
Yeah.
And that's sort of
Where
what
have we
I'm
heard that
that's
before?
sort of what I'm curious about, because not only like those two were coal fired, right? Which also has its own problems because
Coal
'cause
dust.
coal dust. Yeah, because you have to worry about dealing with coal and moving the coal and having, that sort of
Coal.
thing. Like, I feel like the headaches that are directly caused by burning coal in anything are very underrated when we talk about steam locomotives.
Yeah, it's aggregates.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, roughly is that's what I'm looking for. So trials are an estimated 18 months to 2 years away, with mainland certification to potentially follow. We don't know if it's gonna get the ticket or not. But if this goes well, hell yeah, we have roads into better energy, which I knew was hydrogen.
Yeah, all it took was several decades, and steam turbines will rule the rails.
Again. Well, not again. but
Welcome back, steam turbine.
it will.
Yeah.
Welcome back, steam turbine.
No, okay, like I hate the British, but like go them.
It's cool.
They're
Yeah, go down.
They're cooking.
cooking.
Damn,
Yeah.
damn, Ellis is a turncoat.
You know what I want?
Ellis is a turncoat.
Yeah, call me Benedict Arnold. You know what I want though? You know what I want to know? I want to know how this thing will effing sound. I want to hear this thing.
Chug,
It'll
chug, chug.
probably just sound like a.
Yeah, I would imagine since it's steam turbine, it would be just like a, ooh, like just a constant like.
Yeah.
It's yeah,
It's like
because
a constant line.
I mean, when
Yeah.
have any of us got to like hear what a steam turbine sounds like, right? Like,
No,
I just
exactly.
can't wait to hear it.
Anybody
Yeah,
who
also,
lived in
like,
Iowa in the
I
60s.
I can imagine there being an issue where, because it's gonna be starting and stopping constantly. Like, is it gonna run at like a constant rate and just run as electricity demands, or
I mean,
constant
is it
issue
gonna
with
be-
turbines.
Hmm?
every time somebody tested a turbine, right, especially the British, they had their turbine that was built on the standard 5 chassis, they knew it was great at speed, but as soon as you weren't at that speed, it sucked ass because
But then
it
again,
wasn't
that
going
was
at the
also
greatest speed.
that was also a mechanical turbine, not a turbine electric.
That's the problem
Yeah,
with
that's fair.
mechanical turbines. That's why the S2 ate stables for breakfast.
Yeah,
And and like that's why the John Henry and the C&O turbines were such like great ideas, and why I wish they had been able to mature. But the headache with those is like, okay, maybe if you made them oil fired, and maybe if you, which I'm not really a big proponent of oil firing, but again, lots of coal cinders around sensitive electronics, not a good combination.
In
Yeah,
that
and
context,
that's even talking about like the electronics of the past, which arguably might have been a little bit more heavy duty than the ones today.
Yeah. Also, I feel, well, on the one hand, I would imagine so. On the other hand, you'd probably have a tougher time sort of protecting them from the elements, because like relays instead of transistors for things.
Yeah. Like then again, like also just talk about the whole thing of like efficiency and the turbine being used at like constantly starting and stopping. You also have to remember this is going to be pretty much a modern engine with modern computers in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you have all the sorts of just like the control capabilities that a modern computer could do on a machine.
Well, and you can just disconnect the generator from the wheels, right?
Yeah.
you could just run it like hell.
It's like a diesel electric. Just put it in neutral. You don't have to worry about starting and stopping the turbine. The turbine can keep spinning at a constant rate.
Oh, that's the thing. But also, it's not going to be just the one turbine. It was a link I found on Twitter and I lost like when I first heard the thing. But like, it's going to have. I think it's going to have like 2 or 3 small turbines in it. So they might be able to just, if they only need the one turbine generating electricity when they're at a station, they only have the one. And then when they need to start up, they fire up the
Turn
other
on
2 or
all of the
something.
turbines.
So
So
they're
is a
making a really,
genset.
really weird gen set, which is an idea that we tested and sucked.
Yeah, but did you test it with steam?
No.
So it's either like a genset or it's like a diesel hydraulic.
Oh
the
no.
the like Great
Only,
Western
but
Hydraulic.
it's an electric version of a diesel hydraulic. How
It's
we're getting
it's a
This is
steam
so
electric
dumb.
diesel hydraulic.
we're getting a huge chain of just mixed mass technology here.
You're
That
creating
sucks.
the most reliable machine ever that never needs to see the shop. And,
No, that's the
and-
thing. The
and-
reliability is so low, it hits a negative when we hit an overflow.
Yeah,
limiter.
the MBTA
Yeah.
has already ordered 15 of these.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, all right. I this is a completely insane idea. I really hope it works. I hope they're able to at least finish this thing and turn it into a reality. And that even if it sucks, it will exist and probably go to a museum somewhere where you can.
Oh, that'd be beautiful. I'd love to see that.
I hope the boiler
How long
doesn't
is it in a
explode.
museum?
See, Bender, this is where you and I differ. Anyway, we don't even know if it's going to have a traditional boiler. It might have like
They might have like a
That's
flash
that's
boiler,
again-
yeah.
yeah.
No, it's going to have like 8 small steam generators, is what they called them. So
So
I
just-
think it's going to be a very much on-demand sort of process. I think.
Just flash boilers then, yeah. So
Yeah.
that sucks.
They're building a steam locomotive like we built the USS Enterprise nuclear carrier.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Six.
What
yeah,
if
in my opinion, that's a better use of the technology. If you ask me.
what if we put 8 small nuclear reactors in the carrier?
God.
Nothing bad will happen.
In fairness, nothing bad did happen, but something bad did happen on the Dorego in Silverton. Which, man, am I glad that we
Mr. President, a second mountain has hit the railroad.
a second mountain, the whole mountain.
The whole mountain. So they got a high amount of rain, as far as I can tell by the right of way being the way it is.
You can tell.
Trust
it's
me,
an
I'm an Trust me, I'm an expert in railroad washouts. So they have a side that happened that seems to be covering the track for about what is that, like 20 feet high?
I don't know. It's a
And
lot of there's a lot of
probably-
rocks and stuff.
There's a lot of rock on the track. And that ballast doesn't look too good.
For the record, it's not supposed to be like that.
No.
For
No,
Man, the
can't
engine just go
confirm.
through the dirt.
This is
Can't
why they.
confirm. When we went through this, it was very open and not.
Not just
Yeah,
dirt.
that's true. When we
That's
when
true.
we came through here, there was no like rocks over the track, as far as I could tell.
Or
Yeah.
water on the track.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, given like the track work we experienced, we probably ran over a few.
Actually, yeah, I
boulders.
couldn't tell. Yeah, no, it was pretty bad. DNS track work
So-
is still better than it used to be, but it's still like worse than every other place we rode.
Yeah.
It's like that one scene from that old Casey Jones cartoon where all the wheels are just going every which way.
Yeah.
Milky.
So, yeah, they're working on cleaning it up, and in the meantime, they're just routing trains to Cascade Canyon. And should be cleaned up pretty quick.
I'd
I
hope so.
know-
They're going to need to get some heavy equipment out there for that. That's
Yeah.
a lot of boulders. Like you can't just go at that with a wedge plow and hope for the best.
No.
As funny
I
as
mean,
that
you
would.
could. It would just take a while.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah. I think what would happen is it wouldn't work. But you know, what's you know, I mean, if you used a rotary plow, that also probably wouldn't work. I would imagine.
No. I mean, they got the one up in Brackenwoods.
It's just like hurling boulders.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I just want to go back to the whole steam turbine thing because I
what's up?
found the page that was talking about like what they were going to put into it. I was
Oh,
wrong.
nice.
It wasn't 8 steam generators. They're putting 20 steam generators in it.
What?
Hell.
Turn on
Yeah,
steam generators 1 through 17.
Exactly.
Click, click.
Oh my god.
I want to be in the cab of this thing like it's a goddamn like you know
A
It is a
Thunderbird.
yeah Thunderbird or like a Saturn V or something, just like setting all the things. That's oh my
and
god.
God.
and
The steam
4
generator.
steam turbines. Yeah. Okay.
Oh man.
Now that we have that out of the way, let's get. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
So
Oh, no, it's
many.
good. That was worth it.
Dean, when you titled your discussion topic "Make Steam," you really meant it.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Well, we've got 2 discussion topics left, and this is going to be a record short podcast, which is great. Let's do the short one first, and then talk about the sad one. Bender, you've got 2 articles which you didn't write a name for your topic, so I will assume you couldn't come up with one. Shame on you.
I thought it was pretty obvious.
Oh, is it? What is it?
Heritable.
Heritable. Yeah. Okay.
So we have CSX released a heritage unit June 4th,
They sure
which
did.
is their 1875. It's the Pittsburgh and Lake Erie one. And to the next thing. This thing, it's just the Pittsburgh and Lake Erie. They could have made it like special. They use their 80s scheme, which is just black and yellow. But they could have used the New York Central-esque green, but they chose not to. So,
Well, I'm good. I'm glad. I mean, hold on.
Big L CSX
Big L.
choke. Anyway,
No, hold on. I need to see that. I need to see the other scheme because I've only ever seen the black, and I don't like New York Central green at all.
it was special from what I know.
Okay, so then the
maybe a
PNLE
few.
just liked black, so this is fine. Honestly, this is
Well,
maybe the one locomotive where I maybe they should have brought back the fade.
Yeah.
Would it have looked
that would
better with the
probably
fade?
work
I think it would have looked better with the fade. Actually,
yeah,
that would be a
here's
fun
the-
one when they're all out doing a video ranking the CSX heritage
Here's-
units.
Yeah.
Here's the special schemes they use. I think the first one here was just a poster. The second one though was real, as you can see, and they should have done that instead of what they did in the 80s.
Where
Which is
WTX?
just,
No, this is just New York Central. Like, come on, no, they should not have done this.
No.
Yeah.
It has more style than New York
it's
Central.
lame. This
Shut up.
is like cool, but they didn't do any of the cool bits, which is the front. So
10 out of 10, they didn't number it 1501.
yeah, exactly. So
Both of these are kind of
hope they
lame,
come
and
up
both
with
of them
better
have the New York Central roundel.
It was owned by the New York Central until they split off because Conrail happened.
Well,
they were
more
very-
accurately, Penn Central.
Because Conrail was like, "Hey, you want to be included?" And the PLE was like, "We make money. Stop
The
bothering us."
PNLE, the only railroad in history that can see the writing on the wall.
So true. But yeah, they did that. It's cool that they do heritage units, but I hope they come up with one that's a little more fashionable.
No, they should have just honestly,
Make
they should do a
Pennsylvania
PRR
Railroad.
heritage unit that's just like the late PRR scheme where it's straight black.
So true.
Oh
They gotta
god,
make
can
that
you
one convertible.
imagine like a rebuilt GG1 with like modern electronics in it so it'd be able to like keep up, but like
I mean-
have it in it. And it's
Remember,
like,
it was limited to 100, so
I only talk
Yeah.
about this about once a month. It would be amazing. But what I want more than anything is a non-rebuilt GG1 with the old electrics in it so that we can figure out how fast they could actually go. Because there is no recorded, like, top speed where they ran out of gas, basically. Like,
we're gonna.
they took
We're-
them as
we're-
high as they were physically capable of taking them on the track that they were on. We do not know the theoretical top speed of a GG1.
We're going to
Oh.
have a race between a GG1 and a
And a
T1
T1.
when that's finished to figure out what the top speeds of both are, so they can double head later,
Yeah,
and so the
Oh,
GG1
that
can
would
drag
be
the T1 faster.
beautiful.
we're actually going to have a triple header between those two and this turbine thing.
So true. No, the other thing that happened
Actually,
is that ATNF 250, ATNF. Oh yeah, it's the gun unit.
oh
Anyway.
god! Oh no, the American Freedom Train shot my dog.
Oh,
Oh no.
there were no dogs in that street corner. I'll let you know. There were no barking, and there is a train that goes directly to the ATF building. So, the more you know.
Yay.
This is not an invitation to commit Train 9/11.
No.
You'd think so. The G-forces in that thing are insane. Anyway, they did stuff, and by that I mean they're fixing the firebox because they decided to convert it back to coal, and decided to convert it back to oil because they can't make their mind up because Ross Rowland decided, hey guys, let's do this.
Oh god.
Very fun.
Hmm.
So now they're making it 250 instead of 2100. They're gonna make it burn oil instead of converting it back to coal. So they wasted like a year.
They didn't really waste that much time. They really
Is
didn't
Ross
get that
Rowland still
far.
alive?
No, but it's nice to know what your goals are.
He
in the
is-
They
first
didn't
place.
get-
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't get that far with the coal conversion, and the burner that they had in that engine was absolute dog crap.
Yeah.
So it would have needed to be rebuilt anyway, regardless.
It looks like they're done with the tubes for now, but they're like finishing up other parts, drilling holes and stuff for rivets.
Also, for the
They're
record, yes,
painting it.
Ross Rowland is still alive.
Oh, is
Somehow.
he? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Guys, when 250's done, they're gonna run it at 250 miles an hour on the
Uh,
NGT main.
King Foamer is still alive.
Definitely King. We're not gonna talk about the other aspects.
So is Papa Bear.
Listen, I say he's King Foamer because he embodies the best and the worst of the railroading community.
Exactly.
Yeah, he just has the
So-
money to back it up.
Yeah,
They also have in this video a very nicely photoshopped image of 250, and by that I mean they took the old American Freedom Train and put 250 on it.
Oh wait,
Very creative
when,
image.
when did they put that?
330, 334, 35. It's literally just the exact same, but they made it. They just put 250 on it. That's it.
Oh,
That's all they
okay.
It's, I could do that in Paint.net if I wanted to, really.
Hmm.
But you know, the vision is there. They're
The
painting it.
vision
They're
is
fixing
there.
the tender.
There.
They're painting it. I think they're painting the shop too, and they have merchandise you can buy. That's
Yay,
about all.
merchandise.
Merchandising. Spaceballs, the locomotive.
Mer-
Anyway, speaking of excursions, and like freedom trains and stuff,
Yeah.
Canada has invaded Mexico and killed someone.
We're running to Mexico.
The
Yeah.
war has started.
Oh god,
War
yeah.
were declared.
So-
We're going to make the Canada, U.S., Mexico Union.
Wait,
The
no, you can't say that.
zone.
I mean zone, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but for real,
So
the Empress.
yeah, so bad news on that one. So 2816, while they were doing on their excursion, like going all the way from Canada down to Mexico, I guess as their commemoration of buying Kansas City.
Yeah.
When they got finally into Mexico, there was a poor woman named, the family decided not to release the name. She, from the video I've seen, probably wanted to get like either a TikTok or a selfie with the train passing, right behind her. The problem was she was standing, within the loading gauge and was afoul of the track. And oh god, yeah, she
got
basically
nailed.
got nailed right in the back of the head by the cylinder.
Yeah,
it's like what happened with 844 a while ago.
Yeah, it's not good. I don't really like advise looking up the video. It's pretty brutal. Yeah.
Granted, like I haven't seen there. From what I saw, I didn't see any blood, so I think all the damage was internal.
That's not better. She's still like very dead,
no,
like
really.
super dead. I think that's the only casualty that came out of the
No, thankfully,
2816 going to Mexico. But boy,
Which is a miracle.
Yeah,
There could
it's
have
a
been so
miracle.
many more.
Like we made a lot of jokes about how much of a disaster that this trip would be, and in fairness, like it could have been way worse, and it wasn't like to the absurd levels. But man, it was such a mess. Just crowds and crowds and crowds. Like this is why they didn't do the Queen's funeral train, right? Because this is what they anticipated in England, where people are used to steam engines roaming around. Mexico hasn't had an excursion like this in God knows how long, and people turned out.
They went rabid.
Yeah,
and then afterwards. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to. I saw this on the 9th. I saw somebody post a video on like Twitter, and I'm assuming that this was pretty soon after the accident happened, because you basically see them. They don't have 2816 in steam. That's instead being pulled by the diesels of the excursion, and they're just absolutely booking it out of there.
Oh yeah, I mean, there was they brought it down to they brought it down to Mexico City, right? And it got some graffiti. I know that they had covered the glass in the windows and the headlight to prevent people from chucking rocks and breaking glass. Like people saw photos of that and the rumor mill started flying. Like there were people saying how there were, tons of people dead, or like they've trashed the locomotive or whatever. In honestly, there wasn't that much chaos. But there were a lot of effing people. And out of that many people, it only takes, one or two bad actors to come in with a friggin' can of spray paint and ruin it for everybody. And so I think either one of the diesels or one of the support cars got tagged.
It was one of the E units, one of the old ones.
Okay, yeah. And then they just sort of, they didn't steam it back. They just put the diesels on the head end and just booked it out of Mexico, which it's a real shame because this is why we can't have nice things,
especially Mexico.
Yeah. So, but all in all, I mean, it was one hell of a publicity stunt, right?
No,
it was.
I mean, at least on the bright side, 62 before this, 6213 was what was it? They got it like completely set up with positive train control. They got that like.
You mean 2816?
That's why I said. What did I say?
You said 6213.
Oh god, I'm sorry.
Other Canadian engine.
Yeah, but they got it like completely set up. I think they basically did pretty much very similar to what they eventually did on the Big Boy. They basically just put up like two more like dynamos on it, and that's what powers everything. So I mean, at least the technology's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it. I don't want to necessarily hype up how much of a mess it was because it wasn't like a total catastrophe.
No, it wasn't.
Some out of a massive crowd like that, one person being hit by the train is tragic, but it's not, it's not the end of the world that some people would have you believe this tour was or could have been. And it's a shame that they had to cut it short and run it back in the way that they did, but ultimately the locomotive wasn't damaged or destroyed, or we didn't find it up on blocks or something.
Did they steal the wheels?
Yeah, exactly.
Cat Abbey and then in Detroit.
Yeah. Man, did we see so many engines on blocks on the Colorado trip? It was kind of insane.
Yeah, it was.
But it's probably something that won't be repeated, at least not for a very long time, because it's just too special. It's weird to say this, but it's too special. It is something that people are going to straight up lose their minds over because it never happens in Mexico.
It's a Category 5 foam storm.
Exactly. And beyond that, it's not like trying to rein in those crowds, given, sort of the nature of Mexico, would have been a Herculean task. I mean, it would be a Herculean task anywhere, but, I wouldn't, I would be concerned about if you're trying to, like, pay people to contain the crowds. I would be concerned about how successful that ends up being anyway.
Yeah, I don't think that was in the budget.
No, yeah. But at any rate, it was a trip. I believe 2816 also they canceled what was going to be their following excursion.
Yeah, they were going to do an excursion on the Iowa interstate and then pulled out pretty quick.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be... Did they give a reason as to why? Very apologetic cancellation. So, yeah, they're going to do a display date. I can't imagine this was sort of shell shock from their excursion to Mexico, because it should be a completely different animal, but I wouldn't really blame them if it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It would have just been nice to see, and hopefully, they will learn from this and bring 2816 back out with renewed confidence at some point. Because it'd be nice to see. It's a pretty engine. It'd be nice to see it around. They should like get it together with the big boy or something.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be a Category 5. But it's like, these are the two railroads with steam programs. Like 2027. What's the one that CSX helped move that they want to bring to New England for no good reason?
2716.
Okay, yeah, that's maybe the next closest thing to a steam program locomotive that exists in the United States, and it's nowhere close to 4014 and the Empress. So
yeah, which can I just say, I am so upset that like every time in the last couple of years that CPK Canadian Pacific has done like their excursions, they haven't come anywhere near me.
Damn, it's a skill issue.
Yeah, it's like as soon as they hit the border of Ontario, they turn south.
They're allergic. They've made an agreement with the local population to not bring excursions into Ontario. The Ontario cartel is preventing them.
No.
The Ontario Mafia.
The Ontario Mafia. Well, that's all the news. It's an hour and 34 minutes of podcast. That's not a lot of podcast.
Yeah.
But it's good because it means I actually get to go to the thing I'm supposed to go to after this. So, anyway, maintenance away stuff. Anyone have like something they need to plug, something they need to announce? Buy trading cards. Batch 04 is on sale. I would like to do the ranking the proposed long distance services at some point. We have a new season of Royales starting this coming Wednesday and running for the subsequent 5 Wednesdays. The topics are, and if you're in the Discord, you probably would have already seen this, but I welcome everyone to join the Discord and hop on into the Royales. Japanese locomotives, 1850 to 1912 locomotives from Britain, France, west of the Mississippi, and Japan. Locomotives with multiple sets of drivers, locomotives you own a model of, and finally, the final regular season episode, locomotives Ellis hates. So, if you are thinking of attending, specifically that one, you can ask me if I hate a specific locomotive. I will answer. I will tell you the truth. Don't try to guess. If you know I hate it, you know I hate it. If you're not sure, please ask, because if you show up and I don't hate it, I will tell you to get another one. So, anyway. Any advertisements from anybody else?
Vote Bender.
Vote Bender? For what?
Everything.
Okay. Sure, yeah, do that.
Also, send me your money on PayPal. I accept donations.
Sub to my OnlyFans account.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got some crazy things on there.
I mean, speaking of sub, I mean, I have a YouTube channel. It's literally,
Hey.
Fort_Master. I play games, do reactions, just, whatever I, want to do at the time.
Woo.
I have a tour of my garage on my YouTube video. Well,
Here in my garage, I got this new Lamborghini here.
It's the house I used to live in, and it's a mess.
Well, Fort, if you want to send your link, I'll put it in the cargoes for everyone to look at.
Okay.
And now I shall open the Amtrak map, and no one else will, and I will ask what people think are the latest trains on Amtrak. Or is the latest train on Amtrak?
Oh, Empire Builder.
Which one?
I'm gonna go east this time.
Go east. Okay.
Empire Builder
to
east.
Chicago. Anybody else? I need answers from everybody.
Because Jader had such a hard time with it, the westbound California Zephyr.
Oh,
Westbound California Zephyr. Okay.
It's not a hard part to clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loki.
I'm gonna go with the southbound Crescent.
Southbound Crescent. Okay. Hold on, let me put. I'm putting Fort's link in right now. Fort.
Yeah, I don't know. I
don't know.
got
Just
nothing.
name any Amtrak train.
Yeah, I don't know any. Actually, is the thing.
The one with the BR-52.
Stop.
Oh,
Not that one. I love New
With the
Haven.
BR-52 with the boxcars?
Yeah.
it's going to New
Going
Haven.
to New Haven. Yeah.
Going to New Haven, yes. Yes, New Haven. Only New Haven.
Let's see.
Google Amtrak trains.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a random number. 30.
30. Oh, is there a 30?
Probably.
How about
there was.
29?
Sure, that one.
Okay.
There should be like the Wolverines.
Now 29 and 30, I think, are they're the capital punishment.
Oh,
The
oh,
Capital
cool.
Limited is 50 minutes late at Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Nice.
So it's not that one. That's train 29. The eastbound Empire Builder is 1 hour and 60 minutes late at Glasgow, Montana.
Nice.
Or let's see if I can find the other one. I think no, it's already off system. Okay, never mind. Yeah, the Borealis. Localized entirely within. Never mind. The California Zephyr to Embryville, westbound. There's one right here. It's 24 minutes late at Galesburg, Illinois. There's one right here. It is 1 hour and 7 minutes late at Glenwood Springs, Colorado. And there's one right here, which is 3 hours and 11 minutes late at Truckee, California. And it is, as far as I can tell, the latest train on Amtrak. Congratulations.
Nice.
There's also multiple, hour-plus late Acellas, which is alarming. That's not normal. What is this?
Ninja T caught on fire again, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't talk about that. That was a mess.
I'm surprised there isn't a California Zephyr that's like 2 days late, because that's pretty normal.
It's not that normal. Under 3 hours late is okay, normal day for the California Zephyr. When it gets up over that, it's a yikes. Anyway, all right, terminations. Fort, what are your last words?
Please subscribe. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh yeah. That's actually good. We never say that on here. We probably should someday. But my termination is the fact that I spent 6 weeks on a grand jury and then spent 2 weeks in Colorado, and I cannot believe I have to go back to work. I don't remember what I do for a living. Bender?
Mine here is the excellent music video from the darn
I
shoot.
went here.
We work hard for the money. Yeah, the Mount Rainier Scenic.
Okay.
I recommend to check it out because it's very funny.
Dean, I already know what this picture is before I click on it.
Yeah, it's the average McKean car shipment.
That probably ran out here.
Milky?
Mine is the NWP engine that the funny number 5 tender came from.
Why is this on a UK website?
I don't judge.
Don't judge Miss Susan Parker. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, I'd like to thank everyone for watching this speed run of a podcast. Thanks to you guys for coming on this speed run of a podcast, especially Fort for filling in last second. Thanks to Stephen West, because without them, we would not have the Loco Base, we would not have trading cards, we would not have Locomotive Versus. And, of course, thanks to Virtual Railfan for not sending us a cease and desist. We'll see you all next week, and in case of an emergency, call Conrail. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.